And debate continues.
Madam Speaker, I rise to support this budget of $854 million presented by our Prime Minister and the Labour Party administration. Madam Speaker, it is indeed clear that the Minister for Finance and the Dominican Labour Party is getting better and better in its budget presentation every year, Madam Speaker. And it's because of what the Labour Party stands for. And when I listen to the member for Portsmouth, I know being in Mao is doing very well. This is so because the Labour Party is about people's development, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I listened with interest to the presentation, Madam Speaker, of the Leader of the Opposition, member for Marigot. A presentation, Madam Speaker, loaded with syllables and open-ended language, with no specific recommendation to grow the major sectors of this economy, Madam Speaker. What a shame. And when I listened to the numerous speakers from the other side, creating the impression, Madam Speaker, that the country is going down, the government is wasting money, nothing in the budget for the people of Dominica, mismanagement of the finances of the state, Madam Speaker. It reminds me of my grandmother's old saying, "C'est pas tuer moun yon ki modera," Madam Speaker. Let me explain in English terms. So, Madam Speaker, I think as we move into a more modern...
No. You first have to translate and then you explain.
Madam Speaker, it's a simple figurative expression used by all
just the translation for now.
What means, Madam Speaker, one does not have to literally take a knife or a stone or a stick to kill somebody for it to be construed figuratively as a murderous act, Madam Speaker. Is that good enough, Madam Speaker? Thank you very much.
I guess.
Madam Speaker, how can you stand in this honorable house? And it's the first time, Madam Speaker, any reasonable person who listened to the presentation of the Prime Minister and the Minister for Finance, Madam Speaker, will come to the rational conclusion that since the attainment of our independence in 1978, it is the first time that a Labour Party administration or any administration and a Minister for Finance has presented a budget to this nation, Madam Speaker, 2 years after one of the most devastating tropical storms, Madam Speaker, which washed away almost 99% of the gross domestic product, and to come to present the budget, Madam Speaker, with $400 million surplus in the bank, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, that is a sign of an economy and a country that is ascending, not descending, Madam Speaker. Yeah. And together, with the measures contained in this budget, we together, Madam Speaker, we will realize that promise us prosperity and to make Dominica a more modern society, to restore this country as a place of hope for all, Madam Speaker. That is what we're all about, Madam Speaker. C'est pas tuer moun yon ki modera, Madam Speaker.
You need to translate again.
Madam Speaker, with your permission, I'll translate again. I think as we move to a more modern Dominica, we have to start to use patois and Karinago language as official. So when I say something like that, or the member for the Karinago territory says, ma brika, all of us know what you're talking about, Madam Speaker. But having said that, I'll translate, Madam Speaker.
The member, you still have to translate, because until you members in here who have the power to change the standing orders to allow Creole and Karinago, Carifuna language, you will have to do what is necessary. So it's in your hands. If you don't want to do it, there's nothing I can do about it other than to tell you. Translate, please.
Madam Speaker, One does not have to.
Mabrika, translate,
You tell
please.
about it. Madam Speaker.
Just. Greetings. Okay, right. Okay.
Okay. Don't laugh, don't laugh. Greetings, Madam Speaker. Good morning. Mabrika. Madam Speaker, one does not have to literally kill someone with a stick or a stone or a bench to be construed figuratively.
Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song.
Madam Speaker, how can someone stand in this honorable house and say that there's nothing in this budget when we have taken the income tax threshold from $25,000 to $40,000, and in practical terms, as of January 2018, 1,043 working Dominicans will not be paying income tax, Madam Speaker. How can you say there's nothing in the budget? It's not literally taking a stick or stone and killing somebody to be construed figuratively as a murderous act. C'est pas très munion qui murder, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it hurts me that when the leader for the opposition spoke, everybody was clapping because they said there's nothing in this country for the people of this country, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, my mother died of breast cancer. So I can identify with families the pain that they go through, Madam Speaker, and the tremendous amount of financial resources they have to put into the treatment of the loved one, Madam Speaker. So when the Prime Minister uses his good self, and of course, Madam Speaker, triggered by what the Labour Party stands for, puts in $5 million, Madam Speaker, so that cancer patients can get the medicine, Madam Speaker, at no cost to the family and themselves. How can you say there's nothing in the budget for the people of this country? How cold, Madam Speaker? And I'm happy that Senator Baptist just walked in. Because when he spoke, Madam Speaker, he was beating his chest. And he said there was money in the budget when the Workers' Party, in the government coffers, when the Labour Party left office. There was money to build all the streets in Roseau. There was money to fix all the coups in Roseau, Madam Speaker. Coups means alleys, Madam Speaker. There was money, Madam Speaker, to build international airport. There was money to do so many things. The only thing he forgot that there was no money for was to pay the millions of dollars that they owe Social Security for the contribution of the poor workers of this country, Madam Speaker. Magwisa, Madam Speaker. And he forgot the millions of dollars of unpaid checks to the private sector. And he also forgot, Madam Speaker, the millions of dollars they owed the Dominica Banners Association, but they were so liquid. And he also forgot, Madam Speaker, that they left plenty money to construct a new national hospital for the people of this country, Madam Speaker. He forgot all that. And continue, Madam Speaker. The member for Marigot and the Senator Baptist spoke about wasting of money, Madam Speaker, how the Labour Party administration continues to waste money. Madam Speaker, when a Minister for Finance comes to this honorable house and to present a budget of this magnitude, taking into consideration the amount of money we have spent to restore this country post-Erica, and taking into account, Madam Speaker, over $100 million has been spent to relocate the people of P7, and we have contracted no loans in the last financial year cycle. How can you say that we're mismanaging the economy? According to the 3 times Calypso King of Dominica, King Hunter, Carl, you're joking, Carl, you're joking. You're joking, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, 3 years ago, the Labour Party again, embracing this mantra of people development, launched a very impressive old age pension for persons who worked on the farm, fishermen, those who broke macadam, or grandfathers, or aunts, etc., Madam Speaker. And some of them children, they're not supporting this Labour Party administration, Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker, as of month end, 2,568 Dominicans are benefiting from this $300 a month for old age pension. How can you say you're wasting money, Madam Speaker? And then, when the member for Roseau Central sits in this honorable house and accepts that we're wasting money for such a major intervention, the old age pension, and 281 residents of Roseau are benefiting from that, how can you say that we're wasting money, Isaac? C'est pas true, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. And then the member for Salisbury, Madam Speaker. 81 persons in Salisbury benefiting from that, but yet we are wasting money. So I guess, Madam Speaker, we should take away the money from the people of Salisbury, take away the money from the people from Roseau. Now in Wesley, 77 residents of Wesley benefiting from that, Madam Speaker. In Woodford Hill, 31 people benefiting from that. How can you stand here and say that we're wasting money? And, Madam Speaker, it gets more exciting. The economy was buoyant under the Workers' Party. Money was flowing for so. But, yes, money was making money. Money was making money. But after the devastating of this economy by Erica, this country has not borrowed 1 cent to pay salaries at commercial rate. That is our legacy, Isaac. Member for Roseau Central. And having said that, when we come to this honorable house and present a budget, and when you look at this line item, Madam Speaker, insofar as our debt ratio to our gross domestic product, 66% on contracted debt. Now, Madam Speaker, and you compare that, Madam Speaker, to 141% in 1999 and 2000, how can you say we're mismanaging the economy? This is a sign of a country that's ascending, not descending, Madam Speaker. And, Madam Speaker, the list goes on, and it goes on, Madam Speaker. The member for Roseau Central sits in this honorable house and accept the fact, because, Madam Speaker, as we speak, approximately 30 persons benefit from medicines to treat cancer at the General Central Stores at the hospital. And you know, some people are very private about the illness, and so in that regard, they're not going to come forward. The persons who come forward are because they don't have the money and they need the help, Madam Speaker. This Labour Party will not leave them in the cold, Madam Speaker. We shall help them. That is what the Labour Party is all about, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I just don't get it, Madam Speaker. And when I listen, Madam Speaker, can I go to my back to get something, Madam Speaker? Madam Speaker, you heard Senator Baptist spoke about buoyancy in the economy. And you heard before him, he's not there today, member for Roseau South. He spoke about VAT. He spoke about VAT as if to say that VAT just emerged. But the Workers' Party in 1999 intended to institute a VAT regime of taxes of 18%, Madam Speaker. And we talk about the buoyancy in the economy, Madam Speaker. Number one, Madam Speaker, when you look at the way the Workers' Party budget speech was packaged, look at that. Look at that. It reminds me that when I used to study in Canada, I used to come back. Before I had my Canadian license, I used to ask for an international driver's license. And they could book this to give you. That is the 1995, 96 budget presentation of the Workers' Party. Look at it. Even the packaging tells you a sad story, Madam Speaker. Now, if only buoyancy that he speaks about, Madam Speaker, I want to refer to put on your light frame, please, Doc. I want to refer, Madam Speaker, to page 3, Madam Speaker, the second paragraph of the 1995-96 budget presentation by the Workers' Party. During 1994, the performance of the economy was sluggish, Madam Speaker, was sluggish with GDP growth estimated only 1.8%, Madam Speaker, compared with 2.1% in 1993. And it says further, for the fourth consecutive year, the growth rate has fallen below the average 4.4%, Madam Speaker, achieved in 1986, 1990. Those are the only period because of the buoyancy in the banana sector that the economy performed within 5%, Madam Speaker. And it goes on to say further, the evidence of lack of buoyancy, that's what I said, you know. The evidence of lack of buoyancy, Madam Speaker, in Dominica's economic performance is due to part of the poor performances of the banana industry, Madam Speaker. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. 1995-96 was a presentation. And Madam Speaker, no, Madam Speaker, that's no, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, then we go now, Madam Speaker. It becomes very interesting. Because somebody told me, oh, 1998, yeah. 1998 was a presentation, Madam Speaker. 98. No, it's a workers' party. You have to embrace it, lie down by it, and kiss it, Madam Speaker. Is that all? All right. Madam Speaker, now, don't forget I'm from Maui, so don't tackle me. I'm from West, okay? Madam Speaker, you go, 1998 was a presentation. Page 43, Madam Speaker, on the last paragraph. Madam Speaker, there appears to be no quick fix solution to the sluggish growth rates, Madam Speaker, that have characterized the economic performance for the last decade. That's what they're saying in 1998 as justification for the poor performance of the economy. But somebody warned me last night and told me, do not listen to Isaac, Baptist senator, because he normally drinks a couple of glasses of whiskey before he comes to the house, Madam Speaker.
I don't think that is parliamentary.
I take it back very quickly, Madam Speaker. Quickly. Madam Speaker.
Are you offended by my defending you? I hope not.
No, I will drop
okay.
quickly, Madam Speaker. Rapid speed, Madam Speaker. Listen, rapid speed. Rapid speed. All right. And Madam Speaker, Senator Baptist was batting, man. He was batting, he had energy, man, you know. But you could have seen the characteristic smile on his face. He was not speaking the truth. He did not even believe what he was saying because he knew it was fake, Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker, it continues. And it says, Madam Speaker, when some new measures bear fruit, some other negative counterbalances it. That is what they spoke about in 1998. 3.5 years into the governance of this country by the Workers' Party, making excuses. We are not making excuses. We are coming in with concrete intervention to move this economy, Madam Speaker. And in 1999, I would have liked to have seen the member for Rosa Solve there, because he's a lawyer. And a lawyer is a trained person. When you're trained, like he's a trained man, you're making joke. But when it comes to serious discussion, you have to justify what you're saying with facts. Isn't that so? There has to be empirical data to back what you're saying. You see? Now, Madam Speaker, in 1999, June 16, 1999, again, core packaging, you scared to put blue, you put yellow, a happy color. Because they know they were going to lose the election. So put yellow. No. But can I get a copy of our copies of our budget speeches, Madam Speaker? Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, compare that with the pocketbook. What the first one? That. You see, chalk and cheese, Madam Speaker. The Labour Party is about class. This is the budget presentation of the Workers' Party in 1995-96. Look at our own, what was it? 2017, 2016. Class, Madam Speaker, class. Class. Well, Madam Speaker, now, Senator, the member for Rosa South spoke about VAT. As if to say VAT is the worst thing that we have seen in this country. But hear what they said in 1999 on page 23 of their budget presentation. The third paragraph. I must reiterate, Madam Speaker, that the introduction of a value-added tax is not intended to increase the tax burden on taxpayers, but instead to simplify and improve the efficiency of the tax collection mechanism, as well as to shift the incidence of taxation away from production to consumption, Madam Speaker. The Workers' Party who said that, all of them, now they only blame our good friend team. But all you own, hold it, kiss it, slip by it, all you own. What are you proud of it for? So when you heard Mr. Isaac Baptist, Senator Isaac Baptist, and my good friend from Rosa South, who said what he wanted and he disappeared, don't clap. Go and verify for yourself, because you cannot rely on what they're saying, Madam Speaker. Something is very, very wrong. Fundamentally wrong to Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, permit me to shift to the Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security. Madam Speaker, I want to commend the Minister for Trade, and I want to equally commend the Minister for Foreign Affairs, because he put everything to rest on this very important issue. And then what Mr. Baptist is not saying, insofar as hydro is concerned, he must also make reference to the study that was done by the European firm, the British firm, on the respective rivers insofar as the capacity is concerned. Because you have to be able to, to hold the water captive, to impound the water, Madam Speaker. I wondered in the study, it's only 2 rivers that had 1%, 1 megawatt potential. So it would be a waste of resources and a waste of time, Madam Speaker, to embark on hydro. You see? You see? So what you must do, Madam Speaker, is to refer to the relevant studies, Madam Speaker, as a cross-reference for your debate, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, I want to say something about the intervention made by the leader of the opposition on the security and integrity of our passport issuing system, Madam Speaker. And I want the members on the other side to start writing. When this Labour Party came into office, our passports were issued. And all it took was somebody in the Department of Immigration with a good handwriting to physically inscribe the names on our passport, exposed to all potential fraud-related issues. It was the Labour Party administration who made our passport ICAO compliant, Madam Speaker. And we introduced the machine-readable passports. And as a consequence, Madam Speaker, we were not denied entry into the major centers, Madam Speaker, of the world. And to date, Madam Speaker, our passport meet all international obligations, Madam Speaker, and standards. Having said that, I want to inform this Honourable House. We, in this Labour Party administration, shall take the security of a passport even further by introducing very soon, Madam Speaker, biometric passport, Madam Speaker, with proper security features, Madam Speaker, with fingerprints, etc., among other things. Madam Speaker, as I speak with you, a cabinet paper has already been developed in that regard. We are ready to take this country to a more modern state, Madam Speaker. So, the member for Marigot is not there. Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security will continue to work towards fulfilling its requirements and mandate insofar as keeping this country safe, just, and peaceful, Madam Speaker. The Registry Department, Madam Speaker. In this budget, Madam Speaker, we are making provision to expand the building. And in this regard, the final designs with estimates have been done by the Ministry of Public Works, Madam Speaker. We are now issuing our birth certificates on secured paper, Madam Speaker, electronically, Madam Speaker. And come by the end of this month, all birth certificates will be issued the same day, Madam Speaker, in this country, Madam Speaker. And I've given further direction and instruction that in 2017, before the end of 2017, that we shall decentralize the issuing system insofar as birth certificate is concerned. It makes no sense for the people of Carib in Penville and the people in Bonn and Portsmouth to come right down into Roseau just to get a birth certificate. Let us start issuing birth certificates in the second town of Portsmouth before the year end, Madam Speaker. That's what we're all about, Madam Speaker. And for the year under review, Madam Speaker, the registry issued 1,240, Madam Speaker, certificates of titles, processed and signed, Madam Speaker. 1,147 caveats, Madam Speaker, processed. 464 applications for first title, processed, Madam Speaker. I go to the magistrate court. It's the first time in the history of this country we have the full complement of magistrates, Madam Speaker, with 8 magistrates sitting on the bench, Madam Speaker, thereby ensuring better access to the justice system in this country. For the first time, the office of the DPP is fully staffed with lawyers, and we have provided the software where lawyers, Madam Speaker, can go online and research cases to get them better prepared to represent the state. I want to commend, Madam Speaker, the Permanent Secretary, all the way down to the junior clerks working in this ministry, Madam Speaker. It's very challenging for the support thus far. I also want to commend the officers within the FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit, Madam Speaker. Much has been said about money laundering. The FIU continues to meet its international obligation and execute its function effectively and well, pursuant, Madam Speaker, to the Money Laundering Prevention Act and the Proceeds of Crime Act, among other relevant legal instruments, Madam Speaker. And they're doing well. And I want to really commend officers in the drug squad, the custom officers, all working in concert with the FIU to track down and to hold on resources coming from the proceeds of a crime. And in that regard, Madam Speaker, for the year under review, to date, on the Asset Forfeiture Fund, we have $2.2 million, Madam Speaker. And as of the 14th of this month, pending the expiration of the period for appeal, we shall have an additional $550,000, bringing it to a record number $2.8 million, Madam Speaker, at the disposal of the state. And we shall use that money to reinvest in our law enforcement effort, Madam Speaker. So we're seeing dividends. And thus far, you have various types of properties currently before the court, ranging from houses, land, vehicles, among other things, Madam Speaker. So the work is going on. You cannot come in therefore and say we're doing nothing to fight money laundering. When we came into office, we were blacklisted, you know. It is we who took Dominica out of the blacklist. And going further, Madam Speaker, the police. Madam Speaker, I said it before, but I want to say it again for emphasis. No other government in the history of this country has done more for the police than the Labour Party administration, Madam Speaker. For the year under review, this government, with the good self and support of the Prime Minister and our cabinet colleagues, procured 12 new vehicles for the police. And for this new financial year, drawing from what I just spoke about on the Asset Forfeiture Fund, pending the approval of the Minister of Finance, we shall make available 11 additional vehicles for the police, Madam Speaker. And we have started the process of designing a new building, Madam Speaker, in Roseau to house a minimum of 200 police officers. And we shall reconstruct the existing building in Roseau, Madam Speaker, for the police officers. For the year under review, the 2 main barracks at Mumbrus were totally refurbished. We have started the design, and there's money in the estimate for the construction of a new building to house the training school. Madam Speaker, for the period 1915 to 1916, we saw a reduction in what we characterize as indictable crimes, serious offenses, of 6.6%. But for that period, Madam Speaker, we only had 9 murders. So far, we have 13. We have to be very much concerned about that. Having said that, I want to commend the police chief and his officers for having an almost 90% detection rate, Madam Speaker, insofar as murder is concerned. And I think that is remarkable, Madam Speaker, when compared to other countries, Madam Speaker. Having said that, 1 murder is too many. My concern, and concern for most of us ministers for national security within the CARICOM catchment, is the issue of illegal guns and cocaine. What we have in, Madam Speaker, is a serious cross-fertilization of crime. Because the criminals who deal in illegal firearms are the same folks who deal in the trafficking of cocaine. And once you have illegal firearms, you have shooting, which may result in killing. In 2015, Madam Speaker, in 2016, the police took off the street 44 illegal firearms and 1,137 rounds of ammunition, Madam Speaker, as compared to 26 and 347 for the previous year. It tells you that there are many illegal guns on the street. Having said that, through the request of the Minister for National Security, the police has presented a plan to rid the street of illegal firearms. Having said that, Madam Speaker, you may recall in 2007, this Labour Party administration, recognizing the potential danger posed by illegal firearms, launched a program, a gun amnesty program. And persons were asked to bring in the firearms without fear of being prosecuted. Few did so. We went to Parliament and repealed the existing Firearms Act and enacted new legislation with much more stringent sentences. Upon summary conviction, the magistrate has the option to fine and confine both. But we cannot dictate to the court as to how to go about sitting on the bench, Madam Speaker. But I think, Madam Speaker, all of us, there has to be consensus that the possession of illegal firearm is a serious offense, that taking human life is a serious offense, Madam Speaker, and therefore all relevant parties should work in concert to ensure that when somebody is convicted for illegal firearm, that the sentence suit the crime, Madam Speaker, is important. Madam Speaker, having said that, the police has to continue, will continue to embark on an effective community policing program. There has to be this concert between the public and the police for the express purpose of reducing and preventing crime. And we have been able to put in place a bike unit of 14 men so that we can place more emphasis on the enforcement of our traffic regulation, Madam Speaker. There are too many what we call scooters posing a nuisance on this road and causing a danger to public safety, Madam Speaker. And that issue has to be dealt with frontally, Madam Speaker. On the issue, Madam Speaker, of training, the process has begun, the vetting process has begun for the training of 41 additional police officers. I would like to see a police force with a strength of 600 officers, Madam Speaker, to deal effectively with matters related to security and law enforcement in this country. Because somebody has a right to enjoy the comfort of his or her home. In Dominica, somebody should enjoy our nice beaches at any time, Madam Speaker, without having any fear of being attacked by vagabonds and criminals, Madam Speaker. And in that regard, Madam Speaker, we will continue to provide the police officers with all the support they need in terms of provision of the tools of trade and training in contemporary policing discipline, Madam Speaker. That is what we're all about. Now, on the issue of the Department of Labor, apart from the Department of Labor traditional work of labor-related matters. The department has been able to facilitate a number of young Dominicans, be it to partake as farm workers in Canada or on cruise ships, Madam Speaker, to create an opportunity for them to live wholesome lives and to contribute to the sustenance of the family on our country, Madam Speaker. That will continue to do, Madam Speaker. The fire and ambulance services. All the health districts are equipped with new ambulances, Madam Speaker, for the first time in the history of this country. And with the effort of our friends of the People's Republic of China, we're expecting very soon a fleet of vehicles for both the fire department and the police, Madam Speaker. In this year's estimate, provisions have been made, Madam Speaker, for the procurement of 2 new major fire appliances. We have to ensure that our airport operation at Douglas Charles remain compliant, Madam Speaker. And in that regard, we have made close to $2 million available to buy a new truck. But the truck has to be customized. It has to be built. And that process has begun. And come April of 2018, this truck, insofar as its manufacturing is concerned, will be ready for delivery to Dominica and for use at the Douglas Church Airport, Madam Speaker. That's what we're all about. In Granby, a major district, Madam Speaker, $980,000 is provided for in this year's estimate for a brand new truck for the Granby district. We have started work, and work is continuing at the building, at the main building in Roseville for the fire officers. The same has been done in Portsmouth, but the intention is to build a new fire station for the people of Portsmouth, Madam Speaker. We also have made available in this year's estimate monies for the refurbishment of the building to house the fire officers in Granby, Madam Speaker. And we continue to do these things that we need to do. The prisons, Madam Speaker. Sometimes, Madam Speaker, I came back in this honorable house and said that our prison has to place more emphasis on correction. Some persons deserve a second chance in life. There are some criminals, because of the magnitude and gravity of the crime that they've committed, need to be put away for a long time. But there are those, Madam Speaker, who have to be afforded the opportunity to reform themselves and to go back into society so that they can contribute, Madam Speaker, in meaningful ways. That is why we are so happy that we had over 30 inmates for the first time writing the CXC exam at the state prison, Madam Speaker. And we have started discussion with the state prison to have some modules, placing emphasis on vocational skills, Madam Speaker.
Who is willing to pay me some money for the cell phone that went off for charity?
Sorry, Madam Speaker, you're speaking to me?
Somebody's cell phone went off, and I'm asking them to pay a fine to charity for that.
Yes. You said that with utmost clarity. Madam Speaker, so placing emphasis, Madam Speaker, on plumbing, those kind of things, Madam Speaker, technical skills, Madam Speaker. We have made provision in the estimate for the establishment of a buffer zone so that persons living in close proximity to the prison won't be able to stay and send drugs and other illegal items over the fence, Madam Speaker. Now, prisoners have their rights too. And we have to ensure that the condition is made humane to an extent, Madam Speaker. And that is why, Madam Speaker, I was very much concerned about the security block. And I'm very pleased, Madam Speaker, that the monies have been made available, and thanks to my cabinet colleague, and we have ordered the appropriate toilet outfits, so to ensure that the security block is actually improved at the state prison. We have to develop a new plan and think in a holistic way to develop and to improve on the prison setting, Madam Speaker. In that regard, Madam Speaker, I want to make reference to the family court. And we in this cabinet have approved, Madam Speaker, the family court establishment in Dominica. And I want to say thank you to my cabinet colleague, Madam Speaker. Because we have to find specialized ways of dealing with family matters, Madam Speaker, at the court. Issues relating to divorce, issues relating to juvenile delinquency, Madam Speaker, and to have located at this court specialized magistrate, a sitting judge, and specialized counselors, Madam Speaker, and at the same time, building on infrastructure to support this family court, namely to ensure that we have a facility to house young offenders, Madam Speaker. Young offenders should not be in the same setting with adult prisoners, Madam Speaker. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all about, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want now to turn to the Mao constituency. And I took my time, Madam Speaker, to say that I was not going to really ask for more time. Madam Speaker, I listened to Senator Thomas from Mao. And persons who have been following me have said to me, you have been very much conservative on your response to Mr. Thomas, Senator Thomas, because his mother, my father, and his father are my very good friends. But he must not take that as cover to come to this honorable house and to mislead this honorable house, Madam Speaker. And he has done it for a long time during the election campaign. We on the other side, Madam Speaker, do not boast ourselves. But most of us there, when you write our name, we have to write something after our names. With honors. You see? So some of us go out and we mislead our qualification. I never said anything about him during the election campaign, but you must stop doing that. And I want to say, when he made reference to the people in Taro, my money, I went, well, you may have done something. I have it on my vehicle. I went to Springfield Trading, it's still there. And then bought all the drinks, everything they eat, and give them money for the music, you know, and buy them for them. And it's here alone, I do it, you know. No, you know, stuff like that. But it is clear, Madam Speaker, that the Senator Thomas doesn't know what's happening in the Mao constituency. And he has not read the estimate. Had he done so, Madam Speaker, he would have realized that in this year's estimate, there's provision made for the construction of the road from Despot to Campbell, and the Labour Party administration, under Ray Blackmoore as the parrot, shall build the road from Despot to Campbell for the people of Campbell and Despot, Madam Speaker. He doesn't know that. As we speak, Madam Speaker, we have a crew working on the road, clearing the grass, and to be followed by clearing the slide, and to start construction work immediately after the passing of the budget. Madam Speaker, as we speak, my friend, my grandmother always tell me, that's the worst spirit to have on you, is dead people's spirit, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, dead people's spirit. Because when the member for us, I never said anything about him, came the first day of the sitting of the house, and I saw the collar and the type of fabric his tie was wearing. No boutique in this contemporary world selling those ties, Madam Speaker. And having said that, I went to Martinique some years, Madam Speaker, he attacked me. I went to Martinique some years ago, invited for the call at Grand Riviere celebration. There was only one guest house in that area, and nothing was there with me. Okay? Now, one guest house, and nothing there. Okay. Now, and I was brought there by the then member for Sufre. He's not there. It was Frey was over there. And two tall fellows, well, three relatively tall fellows, and one very tall fellow. And I was given a house. So when I entered the house, I saw pictures standing in the house. I said, what happened in there now? I opened the closet, I saw clothes there. So I kept my clothes in my bag. I closed the windows, I lie down on the bed. Whole night, I cannot see the bed rocking with me. Windows opening, I said, what happened in there? So next day, I said, Mr. Pinard, I could not sleep because I closed the windows opening, the bed rocking with me, everything happening. He said, I forgot to tell you that the husband of the wife died and the wife lived in the system and the speaker. Because dead people don't want you to interfere with the things. So they'll rock you, they will shake you, Madam Speaker. And that is what I struggled in Danny Lugay, the member for Rosenau, Madam Speaker. And there's only one, Rosenau. And there's only one priest in Dominica that can help him. And it's not going to go to him because he said the priest is a Labour Party supporter, Madam Speaker. So stay with your thing. All right. Madam Speaker, I haven't said that. Yeah, Madam Speaker. Yeah. No. Madam Speaker. Yeah. Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, going back now. No, I'm not him, man. I'm not him. Yeah. Madam Speaker, now we are spending close to $2 million in Kenfield. As I speak, $900,000 is being spent to redo the roads in Kenfield East and RBC housing scheme. As I speak, $804,000 is being spent to construct a retaining wall in housing scheme Kenfield, Madam Speaker. And I want to assure the people of Kenfield and River Estate that for this financial year, and with the support of my colleague minister and Tyrant, their neighbors, we shall build, resurface, brand new, Madam Speaker, the road from the intersection of the Kenfield Road leading to River Estate into Corcoran, Madam Speaker. Brand new, Madam Speaker. He doesn't know that. As I speak, Madam Speaker, we have spent $343,000 to help the people of Viewpoint 1. The road is 98% complete. The other intervention has to do because Domlec has not actually relocated its pole. And I'm calling on Domlec because you placed a pole on the right of way. You now asking for the state to pay $10,000. You must go and remove the pole to facilitate the completion of our work, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we just finished spending $323,000 to rehabilitate the road leading to Campbell. As I speak, the details, estimates, and designs are being concluded for 5 returning walls leading to Campbell. We intend to deal with the people of Campbell similarly to what happened in Peter Savan. But in the interim, we have to ensure that we stabilize the road and make it safer for people of Campbell, Madam Speaker. He doesn't know that because he doesn't know anything about the constituency. I gave up something to come into politics. When I came into politics, Madam Speaker, I had 3 more years to have been qualified for my pension at the age of 49 years. I gave that up. He has given up nothing, Madam Speaker, to come into this field. As of many of us on this side who have given up something, Madam Speaker. So it's about serving the people of this country. And to continue, Madam Speaker, to continue, the bridge leading to the senior citizens' home in Mao was on the mine generica. We just finished that, Madam Speaker. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. And I have with me a brand new design for an apartment-type structure for the people of Layo Park. We promised the people of Layo Park, I said to them, when I win, that we shall bring water for them. And I want to say to the people of Layo Park, come when I'm relying on the Minister of Housing and Water Resource Management, my good friend, who has been very nice to me, Madam Speaker, in my constituency, for us to go to Layo Park very soon to commission a brand new water supply for the people of Layo Park, first time in the nation, Madam Speaker. In 2007, we bought the land on their behalf, Madam Speaker, from my intervention. And we have designed a brand new apartment-type structure. And I want to say thank you to the Minister for Housing and the Ministry for Housing. It is there. I want to give Mr. Thomas a copy. Look at there, Layo Park. And the design, Madam Speaker, the floor plan, everything is there. I want the camera to take it. Camera, take it. See it? Right, Madam Speaker. And I want to say to the people of Massa, already we have started the process. We have put a management team in place to manage the proposed new facility, sporting facility. As I speak, the bolts for the steel frame building is on island, and within a week or so, the entire steel frame structure will be in Dominica. And we are going to transform the Massa basketball court to make it international standard for us to play basketball, Madam Speaker. During the celebration of the Feast of St. Anne, we had the 2 biggest teams in basketball in Dominica coming against each other. My colleague was supposed to confront me, he ducked. And Madam Speaker, we are going to standardize the way basketball is being played in this country. And I want to say thank you to the Minister for Sports, thank you to the Minister for Finance, and thank you to my cabinet colleagues for that support, Madam Speaker. In this year's estimate, we have a balance of almost $395,000 to do some touching up, to fix the walls, and to make the place more presentable, Madam Speaker. It will be very nice. And to say further to the people of Massa, that we have a design for a beautiful apartment-type structure. It's going to be very nice. Okay, thank you very much for the concept. And the same will be done for Jimmy and Maho this financial year, Madam Speaker, because I have to help my people because they've helped me. And the work will continue. I met with the people of Phase 2 and 3 in Jimmy. They had a historic problem in Phase 2 and 3 in Jimmy, water undermining the investment. And I want to say thank you again to the Minister for Housing. He said I'm very troublesome. $345,000 was made available for 1,600 feet of storm drains, Madam Speaker, still being under construction. That is the legacy of Ray Blackmoore and the Dominican Labour Party in the Mao constituency, Madam Speaker. And we shall continue, Madam Speaker. We have improved the road in Jimmy, and I'm saying to the Minister for Education, we're working on a playing field for the people of Jimmy, and I cannot take it anymore. The people of Jimmy, we need to have access to the playing field in Jimmy for the young men to actually recreate. I know what sports has done for me insofar as my wholesome development of the person is concerned. And we are working on that. I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Minister, for, and you have to understand he lived in Massac for a long time, Madam Speaker. He have experienced the Mao constituency experience, Madam Speaker, and he must be nice to us in that regard. Madam Speaker, small business enterprise development. We have started the process, and we have assisted people, Campbell, and in due time, we shall be assisting Mao, Massac, Kinfield. I had a meeting with the young folks and other persons in Lyo Park. The same will be done, Taro, the same will be done, Madam Speaker. We shall dredge through the ravine in Taro, continue to work on the returning wall, and to ensure that they have proper playing field facility in Taro, and to help them with some housing problems. And to invest in some of the fishermen, not only in Taro, but in Mao and in Massac, Madam Speaker. That is what we're all about, Madam Speaker, in the constituency. Madam Speaker, and it continues. As I speak with you, Madam Speaker, we are spending $200,000 in the dredging of the river in Higher River Estate. I want to say thank you to the Minister for Public Works, she's not there now, and Belfast River, Checkall Valley, and of course on Kenfield River, are part of the 13 critical rivers in Dominica to be properly dredged. I've already gotten the commitment from the Minister of Finance to assist the people of Checkall Valley to install walls in critical areas in Checkall Valley and to continue the dredging in the Checkall Valley area. I shall be meeting them very soon in order to apprise them of that intervention that is pending, Madam Speaker. Resources Estate, a private development again. And we have to also talk about what we have done before, you see? Because I can recall that there was a committee in Resources Estate at the time, the Gordon families, they're no longer living there. And there was no pipe on water. And I want to say thank you to the Minister for Housing and Water Resource Management and the General Manager of the School. And we bought water for them. Help them with street lights. Help the committee to improve on the road. The passage of Erica. Spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to dredge the river. And we shall continue to assist in that regard. I'm aware, Madam Speaker, because we have constructed a bypass after Erica. Now the traditional bridge there is undermined, and we have the estimate and the design to actually improve that structure, Madam Speaker. And the list goes on, Madam Speaker. In education, I have met with all the first-time high school students in my constituency. I have met also with first-time college students in the constituency. And after the budget, Madam Speaker, I shall be meeting all the graduates of colleges, be it the state college or the tertiary institutions, to get their resume and to help them to find employment, Madam Speaker. That is what we're all about, Madam Speaker, and that's what we call effective representation, Madam Speaker. And the list goes on. And we must also talk about the legal things. It's equally important, Madam Speaker. And the Minister for Trade and Employment is not there, but I think I want to give him residency permit for the Mao constituency. Because he has been helping me very, very well, Madam Speaker.
You have 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I don't think about 5 now. I don't know.
Madam Speaker, I move that the Honourable Member be given an additional 5 minutes to complete his presentation.
Seconded, Madam Speaker.
It has been moved and seconded that the Minister be given a further 5 minutes to complete his contribution. Those in favour? Those against? The ayes have it. Please continue.
We have placed a lot of emphasis on NEP, National Employment Program. And it's not limited to the persons who work in the public service or the private sector. But there are persons who are involved and the community beautification program who are playing a very critical role in uplifting the respective communities within the country, Madam Speaker. And I want to say thank you to the Minister for Employment. And I want to actually, Madam Speaker, through you, to commend the teams in Massac and Maho and the team leaders for actually helping to keep the environment clean and planting flowers. A couple of weeks ago, we invested in over $3,000 worth of plants, Madam Speaker, to plant around the highway, the roads. Because Maho and Massac is a major artery. You're coming from Port Coming to Roseau, you must traverse into Maho and Massac. We have to ensure that we keep the area clean. We have constructed a holding area around the market in Maho, and I want to say thank you very much to NAFO for helping to ensure that persons do not come and dislodge the garbage all over the place. If we are talking about a clean and green community and country, that has to be manifested in our deeds, Madam Speaker. We cannot go slinging rubbish all over the place and come and beat my chest, the nature isle of the Caribbean. No. That nature of the Caribbean concept must be demonstrated by our deeds, Madam Speaker. And to say further, Madam Speaker, we will continue to ensure that the same spirit is taken to Kenfield. We made available a brand new truck for Kenfield. Apart from the NEP staff that we have helping the Kenfield Urban Council, Madam Speaker, we have an additional team, and I want to say thank you to Rasta, Richard Alexander, for his team who is responsible for the Benno intersection, traversing all the way back to Antrim Valley. Madam Speaker, reference was made to the road in Layo Park. Again, Madam Speaker, the Senator Thomas doesn't have one clue as to what is going on, Madam Speaker. If he had, he would have known that under the Caribbean Development Bank initiative, Madam Speaker, that provision is being made to reconstruct the road from the Clackle Bridge all the way back to the roundabout, Madam Speaker, and this road will be very beautiful and consistent with international standards. Again, thank you very much, Honourable Calvadaro, for your support, and of course the Prime Minister and the Minister for Public Works in that regard. He doesn't know that he passed after, Madam Speaker, alas. So we have all our bases covered. But no government is perfect, Madam Speaker, and we're willing to hear from them if they're serious, and together for us to build this country. But they're not serious, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, I want to say that we had a very good celebration, Centennial celebration. And it was 4 nights of peace and expression of our culture and our tradition. And I want to say thank you very much to Dennis Charles. She has been very, very nice to me in Petro Caribbean. And of course, we have to also ensure that she gets a residency permit also. Very nice to me. So I used to talk about Ian Pinard, but I think she has surpassed Ian Pinard in that regard. Now, sometimes we criticize the police, but I want to place on record my commendation for the Mao police for these 4 days of festivities in the Mao constituency for the Centennial celebration, Madam Speaker. They were phenomenal, Madam Speaker, and I want to say thank you very much to them. I can recall when we celebrated the 5th of Centennial before, as a little boy, Madam Speaker, we had what they call Lamarine. And then you had, in those days, the fishermen used the nets, and fishing was not done in this kind of commercial way it's been done now, only for the money. But the guys took pride in expressing their traditions. And then they used to dress that boat and start from Roseau, rowing with the shell and music down to Belfast, up and down. We have to try it. It's difficult, but we have to try to bring back that flavor and that color in the celebration of our feast. Because a feast celebration should not only be about Siwa, but we ought to be sending a message to the rest of the country and the rest of the world by extension, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, I need to say thank you very much for allowing me to share my views and to say that this Labour Party is ready to take this country into a more modern state. And to say further, I want to commend the young persons in Kenfield. We have a very strong young team in Kenfield going around, Madam Speaker, over the weekend, caring for the poor. And to say thank you for the coordinators and the young persons in Kenfield. I've met with you, and together we shall be working together. And to say finally, Madam Speaker, finally, that this playing field in Kenfield, next to the airport, is for the people and residents of Kenfield, Madam Speaker. And I've been saying that for a number of years, that we need to clear this area of all the derelicts and to free it up and to make it available for the young people of Kenfield. And I shall be putting all my energies in the next couple of weeks and months to ensure that the derelict vehicles are removed. I don't care if you support me or not. If you support somebody, Madam Speaker, you have to do the good things to prop the person up and not to use it to bring him down, Madam Speaker. And I cannot tolerate that, Madam Speaker. And I want to say thank you, Madam Speaker. And this budget is the most progressive budget I've seen. And Madam Speaker, c'est pas très moun yon ki mora, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.